I want to be able to do is show you guys as many film clips at the end of this showing bear traps in action. So whatever if we actually manage to finish up early, we'll run lots of little bear trap clips for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, with that, my name is Eric Lee. I am the editor and creative director for The Scariest Things. I've been doing. We've got a website and we've been podcasting since 2017. And this is my third year doing panels here at Crypticon. So we are the kickoff panel.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna set the pace for the rest of the weekend.
Woo! So this is something that I've been sort of fascinated with. This is the bear trap, right? And so when I post this now, I have Ronnie Angel with me.
Yep.
Go ahead and actually, if you can use the mic.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's actually for recording.
Oh, okay.
So if you want your voice to show up on the podcast, you can
Oh,
talk into the mic.
okay.
Yeah. Hold on to the
So
mics.
hold it up to your
Okay.
face.
See, usually I don't need a mic, so
Yeah.
this is like a foreign concept to me. That's okay though. I'll make do with this one.
So
Yes.
so Ronnie, what's your background?
Okay, well, my name is Ronnie Angel, and this is, oh good God, I think the last one that I did was 2016, so I'm kind of making my triumphant return here.
Right on.
Yeah. I moved from here down to LA a few years ago, so now I do acting. I'm in some, quite a few movies down there, TV shows, things like that, and I have 3 books to my name. I'm an author, and I'm a pro wrestler too. So, a little bit of everything.
Right on.
I'm sure most people will be like, no, you're a liar, you don't do all that. I'm just like, well,
I can
here's my
verify.
Instagram.
And we have Gwen Callahan.
Hi, sorry I had to stand up to take a picture of the amazing costumes in the back row.
Yes.
I'm Gwen Callahan. I wear a lot of hats. I am the co-director of Portland Horror Film Festival
Oh,
down in
nice.
Portland, Oregon, which happens June 11th to the 15th at the Hollywood Theater and the Clinton Street Theater. So if you're in Portland or interested in coming to Portland, you should come down and hang out with us. I am also the co-director of the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival, which happens October 3rd to the 5th.
Oh, cool.
Eric, you can fix that in post, right?
Yeah. Totally.
It's October 3rd to the 5th at the Hollywood Theater. We take over the whole theater all weekend. It's kind of like a film festival with a mini convention attached to it. We just confirmed our guest of honor this year is going to be Barbara Crampton.
Oh,
We're going to
nice.
be
Very
doing
cool.
some 40th anniversary Reanimator stuff in celebration.
Yeah.
We are also working on some other special guests, and I've got flyers here at the front of the room. If you're interested, you can take information and
I'm gonna
find
take
out
one.
more and sign up for newsletters and all that stuff. But I'm a lifelong
Cool.
horror fan, starting with literary horror and the works of Poe. I think when I was in 3rd grade, I discovered Poe. And here I am. This is my 4th or 5th year of doing panels. You can also find me in the vendor's room in booth 114 with Arkham Bazaar downstairs later.
Very cool. Very cool.
Some of the coolest T-shirts, just custom T-shirts. I got like 20 of Gwen and Brian's T-shirts.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they're very, very Lovecraftian, very cool stuff.
I might have to come to you later with a few ideas.
Yeah.
Come on now. Well, the idea was that we would have a slideshow, but the TV ain't playing with me.
No.
Boo!
It was working a moment ago.
It was working a moment ago.
Yeah.
Is your computer's not?
Computer's on. so-
Try unplugging the HDMI
input?
and then put it
Fix-
in.
Are you in the right
Try
HDMI?
HDMI 1.
Try HDMI 1.
I could just push input over here too.
Try
Input,
that.
Stephanie.
No disassemble.
No disassemble.
Right too far.
Keep going, Ronnie. Okay, well,
What happened? Did you turn it off?
I don't know. I always get plagued with tech issues here at Crypticon.
Boo. Boo.
Okay, well.
Oh yeah, there we go. Components.
HDMI.
Is that what it is? HDMI?
It's on the HDMI, and it looks like it is plugged into, if I look at the back.
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
We found it.
Oh, whoa, whoa! Sweet!
Okay,
Yeah, we did something right.
okay.
I don't know what, but we did it.
Okay, thank you for bringing with totally
Bear trap is
professional.
set.
You're totally brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, so you know the idea with the bear trap and something drew you all here to check out what we're doing. My fascination is that this is, you know, it's like you combine an alligator with a bucket of rusty nails. It's the ultimate ambush device, and sometimes it's indirect, so you don't necessarily. It's not like, you know, Jason Voorhees with his machete, though there is an opportunity where Jason Voorhees uses the bear trap with the machete. But
Yeah.
you get this it's the surprise thing that, and there's a forget it or a set it and forget it component where it comes back, or just pure surprise. And it also leads to some really grisly fun, you know, crunchy deaths.
Yeah.
But there's
It's pretty bad.
so there's a proud history of this, and you'd be stunned at how many little films. I think Ronnie kept on sending me this. Like, I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, obscure shit too.
So my personal favorites. I'm gonna break down one of my personal favorites because it makes it the centerpiece of the movie, and it gives the big closure to it. So what I'd like to be able to do is go through the themes of why it's a powerful device, why filmmakers like to use it, and why we enjoy it so much. And then if we got some time at the end, we'll just start spinning a bunch of these movies, and you can sort of see the stuff in action.
Yeah.
So Ronnie, because I know you were really excited about this. Tell me about your bear trap preferences here.
I think my thing is that every movie that I've seen a bear trap in is just like one of the most god awful things in the world. Like it's in the name. It's a bear trap. I mean, that's a lot.
And side note, people shouldn't be doing this to bears. I mean, it's the
Oh,
worst.
no, it's
the worst
messed
thing,
up.
but it makes a great horror device.
It does. It does.
You know, but it's an ancient trap. It's actually amazing if you look up bear traps. The amount of different kinds of variations on it. People have been working at it for a while, but it's still the same. It's essentially a gigantic mousetrap, and the technology has not changed in 400 years.
Yeah, definitely.
So Gwen, what about you? What's your when you think about the bear trap? What's your gut instinct?
So, ow is my first reaction because
That's mine too.
the size of those teeth. Anytime you see someone step into a bear trap and their tibia isn't just shattered immediately, I'm always shocked. It is a great device because it is kind of it has no intent of its own. It has no ill will or
It's passive.
malice on its own, but the person who set it there has some intention. And as a character, you can avoid it if you are observant, but most of the time you're like in a frenzied escape, and so you of course stumble into it, and then bam.
Yeah, there's sometimes where it's like, how the hell did you miss something? Like it's like it's
Like,
right
didn't you see
there.
that
Yeah,
chain?
but-
Like,
Yeah.
do you not know how the world works?
Well, can I bring that one up right now?
Sure.
Rituals?
Yeah. Oh, no,
Okay.
wait.
But wait.
Hold this. Hold on.
We'll do that later.
Let me finish though.
Okay, sorry. I
I
got
know
excited.
you're really excited. I'll let you talk in a second though. So for me, there is a very strong slapstick element to the bear trap. As you had mentioned, Wile E. Coyote.
Yes.
I was raised on the Three Stooges, and like watching people get hurt in a comedic way is sort of foundational to who I am. So
Pain is funny.
the
Other
bear
people's
trap
pain.
is, yes, like used in very horrific ways. Like I see a woman sitting in the back of this hall with the Saw reverse bear trap costume,
That
which
is
is
an
amazing.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome
Bravo.
Saw.
Reinventing the wheel.
And it's just it's something that you can see as a very like simple mechanical thing that you immediately understand how it works, and you can imagine how it would feel to become entrapped in that. Whereas
Raise
there's
your
a lot
hand.
of other torture devices where you're like, I don't really have a frame of reference for that.
How many of you have actually gotten your finger caught in a mousetrap? Yeah, and you go and you multiply that by 1,000. And but you have a small frame of reference, and you go, but you just see, yeah, it's a shin wrecker.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
used an eyelash curler. Does that count?
Okay, now if anybody's going to put out a guess here, what is the first big use of the bear trap?
Catching game.
Well, besides in the movies.
Ah.
Oh, Wolfman. Which one was it? Which one was
Yes, it's the Wolfman. It
Yes.
is-
I
and,
knew it.
Oh, come on now. Okay, so we're going to first use of the bear trap in horror cinema. Perhaps first use of the bear trap is the Wolfman with Lon Chaney.
Mhm.
So this is a group of hunters pursuing the Wolfman have set a trap in the foggy moors where they determined that this Wolfman is likely to pass. And poor Larry Talbot got caught in the trap. Ouch. And and so he is stuck to a log with the hunters closing in, but he is saved by a Romani or a fortune teller, and she informs him of his curse. And so this was, if not for the bear trap, he wouldn't learn about who he was. So,
Uh-oh.
there we go.
Oh, there it
Okay,
is.
so we have, let's see if,
Oh, kind of.
Nope, it's
Lost
coming
the
in.
signal.
Yeah.
oh,
I think he,
Just try.
What was it that worked the last time?
Went to TV again. Go
it's
back
on
to HDMI.
HDM1, but it keeps flipping back to TV.
Yeah. Don't know why.
now my computer's.
Aha!
There we
it
go.
is.
Okay,
We're
there's
good.
supposed to be a video playing right now, and I think there is a PowerPoint setting.
Oh.
Now, hold on. So it's what I need to do here, I think, is.
Let's have to do it manually.
Okay, well, shoot, I haven't had a video. I'm gonna move through this, but hold on, let's see, because maybe play. It's tied to a YouTube thing, so it wants to use the internet. I think that's why it's working out on me.
If you go down to the page you set it up on, you should be able to play, it won't be full screen.
Yeah. So, are you? Did my
Come
mouse
on,
crack?
come on. Lucky cat. Lucky cat.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so it's there, which is using a bear trap for what's intended. It's not intended to actually kill the bear outright. This is a holding device.
Mhm.
This is something where the hunter sets the device, some unwitting dupe steps on it, and then they are held fast. And so that this is some of the things like the Burrowers. It's a Western movie where there's underground critters that they tried to set the traps for the underground critters, but this guy gets caught. Instead,
Seems to happen a lot.
yeah,
It's a fantastic movie.
Friday the 13th, and I think we talked about this before. Jason Voorhees sets up Richie. There's a campground with a bunch of young people. Richie gets caught, steps on a trap. He gets caught, and then he cries for help. The young woman comes out, tries to rescue him, and then out of the darkness comes Jason Voorhees, whacks him with a machete. It's a holding device. That's not the thing that gets him, but the anticipation is the scary thing here. So there's that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, it's like on Leatherface from 1989 too. I mean, like what you said, it's just something
Right.
catch you off guard and then hold you there.
it is a sort of, it's the anticipation. Well, because the thing is, the trap is a surprise. But then you're waiting for the next shoe to drop. But sometimes you get the 1, 2, 3 action of multiple bear traps, which is always a bit of a. Well, it's like who puts 4 bear traps together?
It's a lot of
Serial
work.
killers do. But how many of you have seen Highlander? Anybody? It's a French horror movie about rock climbers, and the most experienced climber gets out in front, and he's hiking. He's looking for trying to get help because the rest of his buddies are dangling from a rope off of a cliff. He hits a bear trap. It's all we've got a serial killer situation, so that's another. But it's a holding thing, and he gets nabbed. Leatherface.
Yeah, that's the
So,
one.
so this one is, this is just one of all the Texas Chainsaw movies, it's got the weirdest plot to it. The characters, like, so like the surviving, this is the nurse at the, who falls for the guy who will become Leatherface, who's actually a fairly handsome young man.
That's a spoiler, man.
Oh,
Don't
this
give
is
it
bear
away.
traps. This is
My
all
cousin
we're
wrote
doing
that
here is
one.
spoiling the bear traps. But she get her end comes when she steps on a bear trap, and the man who will be Leatherface is about to let her off the hook because he loved her at one point, and then she accuses his mom of being an idiot and crazy, and so then he chainsaws her head off. Right.
Makes sense.
Don't insult the person about to kill you.
That's right. Particularly if you can't go anywhere. Walking Dead, Season 8, Episode 11. This is actually a fun how to make bear traps look really convincing with aluminum bear traps. This is a doctor. He doesn't make it after this.
Yeah, it'd be kind of a rough one, especially in the world that they live in.
Everybody seen Prey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is, they, as the intended, they trapped it, but it turns the table on them. In a Violent Nature, everybody's seen it, that's a new one.
Yeah.
And this
We've all
is,
seen that. Aha,
there
the
you go.
majority.
So this one is,
One of the other
the
slashers.
the hunter gets his comeuppance, right? And I think it's Johnny, is that the killer's
Johnny's the
name?
killer, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And this is because he's kind of. What is the guy? Does anybody remember what the hat he's got? Where he's got a shirt. And
Oh,
It's like
it's like
like mean motherfucker. or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
it's-
And it's like, yeah, you're not that mean.
Certainly didn't sound mean as Johnny was walking towards him. He's
Yeah.
stuck in his trap.
Didn't the farmer set the traps himself too in that movie? There's like a whole thing
Yeah, and
with
then
the
like the sheriff was telling him not to do that.
Yeah, so
He's
he's like, he kind of did that to himself.
exactly. It was just short up and comings right away.
So with the notion of using the bear trap as it was intended, do you have frames of reference or of those movies? Do you have a favorite use in that? Or is there another one? Am I missing anything?
I would say for me, probably the most brutal one out of them all is, we were talking about this earlier, Rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a slasher movie where, it's a slasher movie that's different from your regular slasher movie. It's a bunch of middle-aged doctors, and they're out in like remote Canada.
Hal Holbrook.
Yeah, Hal Holbrook, yeah. And they're, the killer stole their shoes, which is a real dick move. And then they have to hike out like 4 days back to civilization, 4 or 5. And the killer is very mean, and he specifically puts up a line to cross the river. Like they hold on to this rope. And what they don't know is he also put bear traps in the river right along this line. And it was just so cruel to do that to somebody that you're already tormenting. And yeah, kind of
It's these are smart men. And,
yeah.
But they are overmatched and they're panicking. And this one, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but this one is the pure surprise. There's no setup, no foreshadowing on this thing. You don't expect it unless you've seen the movie poster, which shows bear traps underneath the water.
Yeah.
But it is a pivotal. When we talk about how you use the bear traps, this is a pivotal scene. This is one where I think at first that they're not sure what's going on and they think that there's someone fucking with them.
Yeah.
But now they know for
100%.
sure that it's not just there's someone out there trying to kill them, and now their group has been severely
Yeah.
so.
And they still have like 4 days to hike out, right? So dude steps in a bear trap. That's not going to end well for him. It's like, oh, he's injured. We could get him to the hospital. Well, no. In this situation, you can't.
You're in like the northern reaches of Ontario, and there's nobody out there. In fact, they're trying to find civilization. Come on.
no.
Come.
Did it again.
Come on. Okay. Well, Gwen, do
So
you have?
I have one to add.
You
So
just gotta put it back on HDMI.
it was one of the films we actually played at Portland Horror, and I was looking through a list of everything from Bear Trap. And have you guys seen a movie called Happy Hunting? It's a little obscure,
Oh.
but it's real fun. It's about this guy who's like a drug addict, alcoholic, who gets caught up in an annual celebration, I guess. Of like these groups of couples, like maybe 4 or 5 groups of couples, kind of capture him. He wakes up and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" And they're like, "We're gonna hunt you." Basically, it's a they're fun, the deadliest game.
Yeah.
But they let him loose in the desert. I think they give him a head start, and like, I don't even know if they. I don't even remember
How many
if
years
they
ago
gave him
was
a
this,
weapon.
Gwen?
2016?
I want to say it was like 2016.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
It's so good. But he ends up finding a trail basically that's used by illegal immigrants coming from Mexico into Texas. So it's set in Texas.
Oh.
And he notices that they leave like a red ribbon tied around like the scrub trees of the cactus. And he's like, well, if they're coming in from Mexico, maybe I can get out that way. And he follows the red ribbon trail back through the desert, but along the way he steps in a bear trap that was set there by like immigration law, like not official immigration, but like the vigilantes
Sure.
in Texas that are trying to defend their borders and gets stuck, and that leads. Actually, it's an interesting plot point because it leads to like he's all messed up at this point. He's been like hit by a car. I think someone hit him with a bat with nails in it, and like he's just been scrapping and fighting for his life. And he gets caught. He gets steps in the bear trap, gets caught, and hallucinates one of the people who had been hunting him, who he ends up killing, basically saying like, "Just give up. Just give up. You're done for," whatever. And it riles him up, and he gets mad, and so he manages to pry apart the bear trap and like continue on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, one of the fun little sub-tropes within the bear trap thing is, how successful are you going to be at trying to pry that thing off of your leg, and how many times does it snap back?
It's
'Cause
rare.
that is, it's like
rare.
If a bear can't do it, your average human ain't going to do it. But that's part of the thrill, because you're also waiting for the repeat hits, and so
Oh yeah.
It's
Terrifying.
little bit of a sort of, is there anybody out here have sort of a holding pattern trap thing that you like that you really like that we've missed? Have I missed a key movie that would fall into that trope? Well, no. See, yours is different. So yours is the next slide that I had. If this thing comes on now at 97%, this is overkill.
We have
Yes.
a couple
I don't
more.
know if it counts exactly, but rapidness. And
Yes, that's going to be in my next part of the discussion
yeah.
too. It is
Yeah.
so good, because I think the other thing. So
God, I love that movie.
if I can get this thing back on, okay. Well, I'm gonna sort of lead into. How many people are familiar with the notion of the Chekhov's gun?
If you introduce something, it's got to be used later.
Yes, and the bear trap is one of the ultimate uses because it's a set it and forget it device, right? And a lot of the times, if you show somebody a bear trap early in the movie, you know it's gonna come into play. There's one.
Oh, yeah.
There's. Okay, I'm almost back.
Yeah. Yeah. How could they not use it?
So yeah, and with Ravenous, it's again a monstrous bear trap. It's too big for a bear. It's a dinosaur trap, right? And it has. Has everybody seen Ravenous?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites. Very underrated.
It's a hugely underrated movie, horror western, and it has this way of
Directed by a
pinning.
woman.
What's that?
Directed by a woman.
Yeah.
Do you remember who the director?
Antonia Bird.
There you go.
Nice.
It is, and she really did that movie and never got back to doing anything else. So the great thing with that bear trap, and they show him messing around with that trap, and at some point it's like, what are you gonna do with that thing? It pins two people together in a death embrace, and it's this, and so it's this wonderful. sort of
Slapstick.
a, which close, yeah. So,
Kind of.
Comedic.
I found it, well, I really appreciate it. I won't say that I may have laughed, but it was great. Because actually, it has a biting sense of sarcasm in
Yeah.
the movie. So,
It's like, I'm gonna kill you with this bear trap, but shit, it got me too.
yeah.
Well, oh well. I've
So
lived
that-
a good life.
So that is the use of the bear trap as a Chekhov's gun device. Another good one that I really like is the Final Girls.
Yeah,
You all familiar with the Final Girls?
Yeah.
And that they set up Tina is the party girl, and she's so high on uppers that they have to put her in a life vest and oven mittens because they can't trust her to do anything, but they need her to strip in order to lure the killer.
Why does he hate my boobs?
What was another one? Oh, I talked about Riddick. That's really that one's a make you laugh thing because the bad guy gets it, and it's like the bear trap's just like it's monstrous. Go check that out.
And I just have a question because it's been a while since I've actually seen the movie. Doesn't one of the guys in Cabin in the Woods
Yes.
have a bear trap?
Yeah,
that
he throws
like,
that one of the monstrous.
that swings it at him, right?
Right, but it's kind of it's a oneer or it's a one shot kind of thing. It's not it's showing the creativity that the filmmaking team
Mhm.
had for all the different kinds of monsters. I managed to get through this. We've got 5 minutes to go, so we're gonna try and wrap. Actually, no. I think we need to button up.
Oh, no.
But Gwen, I think I'll
What was yours?
want to have you just want to check in. Is there anything that we're forgetting here?
Oh man, I can't. There's so many, and
Sure.
I can't think of anything specific that I didn't get to talk about.
I thank you for actually gutting through this technical playground that I had to go through today.
Thanks,
Um,
Microsoft.
Yeah.
We're the first panel, so you got it.
That's right.
That
No,
happened.
to test my ability to kind of wing it. How well did I memorize my panel presentation?
It's a technical bear trap. No,
Thank
no,
you so
no.
much. And enjoy the con. What's your next panel?
It's tomorrow, and it's like the obscure ones that are our favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, deep cuts. Yes, that one.
Hey, I told them we work is not really. She had a good picture of the We can't forget the groceries.
What?
I know, too bad we were walking into the second floor and walked down the hallway. I'm like, I got all over for me. All right. go turn this into a demo girl. Huh?
Come look at the ring.
I'm Jenny Nightmare. Of interviewing Joe Bob and Darcy. Please bring them out. All right.
All right, that was insane. What was that all
We needed music.
Oh my God, shut up. It's too early to think like that. I don't know. No, I'm over that. Something else.
I'm gonna sleep in this chair.
I gotta ask you, are you feeling spry as fuck?
Yo, I'm surprised. Well, Curtis knocked on Friday night.
The only episode I haven't seen.
We had him 2 days late. You were late. Parking at the Brocken, and we actually consumed every single alcoholic beverage that is associated with Walpurgisnacht in no good order. So we're still recovering.
I'll try not to make the questions too hard.
Okay.
You started with the theme song. Like, you already busted out the hard stuff. You guys get that she's me and Halloween.
You always do great cosplays for your guests, so I'm paying it forward.
Thank you.
Also our love language as well.
Never did I thought I'd see that.
I've heard you guys tell the story before, and I never get tired of it.
Okay.
Can you guys tell us the story of how you met and how you guys started on the last ride?
Okay, the abridged version. Yes. Long story short, I was just a really big fan of his growing up. I had a horror site that I ran, and every year it's like, don't forget about Joe Bob, he was amazing, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to track him down, see where he was, see how we could get him back. I found out he was writing, like, science books. What is your satellite book?
It's about satellites.
Whatever. I went to a signing of his for that, dressed in a male role outfit, because I was kind of picturing a con. Like, I thought that was going to be, but actually he was giving like a lecture. I didn't know it was like at a set time to start that lecture, and I walked in way late, and everybody stared at me, and I was so embarrassed. But anyway, he was really cool about it. We became friends, and they spent 2 years saying, we need you back, we need you back. He kept saying, nah, they have Google, there's no place for me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, there's YouTube, there's podcasts, there's like everything. And then Shutter came along, he's like, should I do this? I'm like, fuck yeah, you should do this. And then
Yeah, but
quick version.
the thing about that story is the book signing was at a bookstore in Mountain View, California. And some of you may know that Mountain View, California is where, that's where Google is, that's where the Pentagon, the Pentagon's online stuff is. So all the people at this reading
We're very serious scientists.
were these really high-level software engineers and people like that. And so Darcy shows up as the mail girl. So obviously I'm going to notice it.
It was so silent, 'cause like I said, I thought it's just like you show up anytime when he's there and get a signing. I didn't know he was doing a lecture, and everybody's like paying attention, being
Angerides, the producer of The Last Drive-In, comes and he says he got this deal set up to do a pilot for Shudder. And we met with the Shudder executive, and the Shudder executive said, you know, what do you want to do? And I said, well, you know, I'm not going to make any impression unless it's a big deal. And so we agreed to make it, we were going to do a 54-hour marathon. That was modeled after the Jerry Lewis telethon on Labor Day weekend. And I said, this will get people's attention. And so we planned it, and we started working on it. I started, preparing it, and they had a change of management at Shudder, and the CEO was fired. And the new CEO came in, and he started eliminating projects. Now, he didn't eliminate us right away, but I think about like 3 months into his tenure, because it was going to take a while to do this 54-hour, plan this 54-hour thing. 3 months into his tenure, he called it Black Friday. He calls on a Friday, and he says, I'm just not into nostalgia. And I don't think I want to do this. It's too expensive, even though it wasn't that expensive. It really was not that expensive. And the executive, it was not the executive who had originally, gotten excited about it. And so that executive stayed on the phone with us, and he said, okay, now, don't tell me no immediately, and don't be mad at me. And he says, but I have a fund that I can do anything that I want with, but it's only $30,000. Tell me what you can do. Tell me to go to hell, or tell me that you can do something with $30,000. You don't have to answer today. We'll talk on Monday. And so when we hung up the phone, I told the would-be producers, we can do 2 movies. We can do maybe 4 movies. We can maybe have 2 guests. This is essentially something like a walk-on on a talk show. $30,000. Just to set up a set and build a set. And so I said, I don't think we should do it. And they said, well, we kind of agree with you. They said, well, what if we just did, 1 movie and made a big deal out of it? I said, we look pathetic. Let's just pass. We get someone, we'll keep it alive. We'll go to someone else. Okay, so that's on Friday afternoon. On Sunday morning, the producer calls me and says, the entire crew says they will work for free. I said, fuck you, Matt, now I have to.
Hey, but to remind you, the question was how we met.
Yeah. But that's what this is leading up to. So I have to have a male girl. Remember, I called you up and I said, you've already got the costume. You worked in Mountain View, California in 2016, and you agreed to do it. Then you told me later that you wanted to chicken out and not come, but at the time you wanted to do it.
Okay, thanks.
And so that's how we
met, really?
That's how we cast the male.
That's not what the question was. How you cast? I was there.
We only had.
Do you have another question?
Go ahead.
So, shortly after you met, it wasn't too long ago, probably not far from here, where you were interviewing him for a podcast, right? And you're watching Pet Cemetery 2?
With Hot Nancy Brown.
Yeah, Hot Nancy Brown.
Wow, you guys are good. Okay, so that was Fort Orchard, where we already kind of knew we were going to shoot that, but no one else knew. And so he was hosting a movie festival.
They had a film. What do you mean a movie festival? It was the Port Orchard fucking film.
No one showed up. He did a signing at a comic book store. No one showed up. Free comic book day, and people were like,
We would now. So, anyways, yeah, you started off a bit of a fan, like everyone in this room.
Completely.
And then you guys were kind of planning. I remember he was hinting that you were going to be the mail girl in that. But then you guys built like a professional relationship, and I'm sure there's a strong friendship in there. And I kind of want to that. How has it evolved, and what does it mean to you guys?
Well, it's actually a pain in my ass because I never had a male girl who had extremely strong opinions about the lineups. And so, you know, say, okay, here's the two movies.
You guys should see what the lineups start out. You think we end up with shit? You should see what it starts out.
Hey, what about, you know, here are the two movies we're doing for Halloween.
No. We're not doing this for Halloween.
That'll be the direction. No explanation, no discussion, no. People won't watch that. People won't watch that. So,
You guys should see some of those.
you always portray yourself as the voice of the people.
I went to 3 cons before I had the courage to talk to him at that stupid thing I went to, and only because people could clearly tell us for him and forced me to go talk to him. I was so nervous, and all of this is because I wanted him back. So like I worked so hard to support him, make sure it goes well. When the internet broke, whatever, I was so happy because he was so scared that people weren't gonna remember him and no one would care. And everybody, look at how much people care. What now?
No, but here's the thing. Here's the way you fit into the, you know, Shudder universe. Like the people that run Shudder, they are basically A24 kind of people. They are.
I wish they were that mainstream.
They are elevated horror. You know, hey, you got this hot.
They turned down Terrifier 2. Let's just say that.
Hey, you got this hot new Indonesian horror film. You know, and so Darcy is the opposite. I mean, Darcy is, you know. Yeah, Terrifier 4. and so
Yes, please.
it's kind of and even our director has kind of
Indonesian.
well,
taste.
no, I mean he
Austin? Oh yeah, I think so artsy.
Austin, he's a film student. I mean, he went to film school, and he was like, I'm sure he got straight A's in film school because he like, you know, saw everything and knows, you know, the original, where the original Citizen Kane print is and all that stuff. And so he tends to favor those guys. I mean, I'm glad that we showed it, but I don't think I ever would have done Possession.
Oh no, we should watch Possession. I agree too.
Unless Austin said, let's do Possession. I'm going, ooh, Polish, Zalowski, subtitles, you want to do that? And he was like, yeah.
And here's why we did it. Because I am the voice of the people. I said, do you know how many requests I get for Possession?
Okay.
We're going to do Possession.
So sometimes it works out. Sometimes.
Can you guys talk a little bit about, like, you know, choosing the movies and the process of that? Obviously, a lot of research and planning has to go into each episode of The Last Drive-In.
No.
Right? And how long does it take?
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
it starts
It
out
takes so long.
with, all right, here's all the movies. I actually made a list of 200 movies. I said,
Your list is irrelevant, though. They just say no to everything.
these 200 movies, any of these 200 movies would make me very happy. And then there's the other list, movies that Shudder has. And then there's the third list of movies that maybe Sam can get. You know, Sam is our curator. And the movies that maybe Sam in his conversations with the studios and everything, maybe he can get them. We put them in purple on the list, you know. And so out of that, we ended up using the movie Shudder has. So, no, not
No,
always,
that's
not always. We've gotten some, I mean,
Like 3.
no, I mean.
Yes.
It's so weird. It's really hard to get rights on a movie for a streaming service because they don't mind giving the movie to AMC. They're just going to show it twice. You know, you give it to a streaming service, people can watch it forever, and so they want huge amounts of money for the marquee titles. They will give it to you for a month. Give it to you for a month. But Shudder doesn't want movies that are just available for a month to be on our show because they want them to continue to be available in the library. I would actually like to have some movies that we only had for a month, just to do them, and say we did them, and I've asked them to do that, and they don't really want to do that.
So there's a lot of places like MGM and stuff like that won't let us interrupt the movies. So that takes a whole other thing. So
Yeah,
like
there's
once we
entire
break down,
libraries where they have this boilerplate contracts that says you can't interrupt the movie. It has
So
to play.
everyone always asks why we had amazing movies in the marathon, and that's because Shudder didn't really understand stuff yet, and they didn't know how the rights work. So we did a lot of stuff wrong. That's why we got to show like Victoria.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the Dinners of Death Marathon in 2018. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes. What was the third one? The Japanese film.
But why?
Let's do it. No, Dead or
Dead
Alive.
or Alive, and then Blood Rage.
Yeah.
Probably we could still get Blood Rage.
They took that down. Oh my god.
Well, we got long-term contracts.
This is
on that.
back when I was still a believer. And like they actually lost the rights to The Hills Have Eyes like right before we were supposed to show it. And so we were going to have to switch to frickin', what was it, Maniac? Not Maniac, something worse. Madman. For Thanksgiving. And like Michael Berryman was supposed to come or whatever, so like I remember back in the day, like we did everything grassroots and I found the address of the dude that owned the rights and like left flowers at his house and was like whining and whining, like please can you have the rights? And then he finally wrote, okay. And they said, and it like did enough for us, and so we got the rights.
It's even more complicated than that.
That's the quick version.
No. I was actually on the phone with somebody at Shudder saying, this guy needs to have, what was it, $20,000? This guy needs $20,000, we'll put it through at AMC, no. Somebody needs to go to the bank, take that $20,000, and the guy $20,000, and I think they did, right?
That doesn't sound like Shudder. I think we needed to say because we had a deadline. It's like we need it in 2 days.
He
Like,
may
you guys don't
have
have
said,
time.
okay, within a week, I want $20,000 cash.
To meet literally the text says, and they figured it out after that. So it's like they were just waiting for that.
Bottom line, we showed Hills Have Eyes with Michael Berryman. Who is a friend to this day, and a great guy, and buy his book. He just wrote his autobiography. Buy that, what's it called?
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's on Kindle and the
Buy that book. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. He is the most humble person, and it is all good with him. It is all good.
It was actually my first autograph at Crypticon a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, you got it all planned. Sometimes things fall through. Sometimes you need money, hold you up. But let's say it's all working out. Austin's behind the camera or whatever. Brandon's already with music. Yuki's there. Ernie's there. Everybody's on stage. You guys got stuff. What's it like once the cameras start rolling? What's that? Walk us through a typical film.
When the cameras start rolling,
It's all in one take. Like
that's
what's
the
on one
easy
take?
part. Yeah, we don't ever stop. We don't ever like redo something. Do we ever redo something?
No, and we don't even rehearse. We just go out there, and that's why, man, when I first started, it was insane because off camera, Joe Bobby, he's like so like quiet and chill and subdued and whatever. And It's like the
I'm
first.
just bored, I'm waiting on
Like, just talking, you're John Woo, whatever. The first time we went out there and he became Joe Bob for the first time, he's like, welcome! Shit, I didn't get that memo. And so like you guys saw me being like all quiet and scared, I'm like, I don't know who I'm talking to you. So like you were so pro, you were so used to it. And it's taken me a long time to understand your rhythm. But I got it.
I mean, don't tell me your secret, but you get kind of into a silly zone sometimes. It works really well on the show.
He does, he always says, whatever combination weed you had on that episode.
Not too much, you know, just a little bit, but you know, you do have a zone that's like very good.
I actually started trying to be like super pro, and I won't smoke or do anything, and I'm like, you know what? You're drinking the whole time. I'm gonna do
There have been so many fun moments on the last drive-in. When you guys were working out with Skybar, you're rapping about spookies. You gave Darcy her first prom, and it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
What is each of yours proudest moment on the show?
Proudest moment? I think it's when we did Nosferatu.
Yes.
We broke all the rules. You know, TV networks hate silent. TV networks hate subtitles. TV networks hate black and white. TV networks hate anything made before, I would say, 1980. Even in our world. Right? And so we broke all those rules, and we showed this exact same story twice. And we dressed in 1820s Biedermeier.
He put his whole costume together himself. He had the wig on, like Switzerland.
It's true. That wig that they wore in the 1820s in Germany, you got to order that from Zurich. And so yeah, and I was like, what do you think? What do you think? And everyone was like, what is that? What is that? It's like a wasp nest. But in Switzerland, apparently, it would be very cool.
I don't think that's true.
Anyway, we did this whole deep dive into the original Nosferatu and then the remake of Nosferatu by Werner Herzog in 1979. And both of those movies would have been hard sells if it were not for the fact that it was the 100th anniversary of Nosferatu, and so we were the birthday party. Anyway, I thought everything on that show was splendid.
It was quite splendid.
What is your favorite one?
Favorite or proudest?
Proudest.
Proudest was the question. Proudest would be the very first thing that we did because we made it happen and we were back. The very beginning of the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
Tourist trap.
Yeah, we used...
Which was supposed to be Night of the Creeps,
We used
and they took it
every-
away last minute.
Oh.
I know.
We used every penny of that $30,000. We actually had somebody, Ink Master, the series Ink Master. Anybody a fan of Ink Master? They have a studio in a bad part of Newark, New Jersey, in an old abandoned factory, and they loaned us one room of it to do the marathon. So that's really cool.
He and I had to share a dressing room, and I would like come in and like change and like.
Melissa Rose was sharing the dressing room.
She stole my shoes. But that's how we became besties. Like right away, she's like, "Oh my God, can you wear this shoe?" Oh my God, yes.
Our Bigfoot expert.
I actually tried to get Melissa to be the male girl. I'm like, I'm too scared. I cannot do that. You could be the male girl. We made that awesome time. It's like, male girl, come on. She was like, I know, right? It's right there. But of course, that would have probably not worked out long term. But she was very like supportive and like gave me courage to go out there and into it. So I was glad she was there.
And Lyle was there.
I didn't even know who that was though.
Well,
But he turned out to be fun.
Bigfoot expert.
I didn't know.
No one.
You're like, oh, here's the pile.
No one.
So you guys have appeared in lots of horror movies. You've also appeared in some of the same movies together. One of our favorites, our new favorite exercise tape, Slasher Size Volume 1. Is there any chance we're going to get a Slasher Size Volume 2?
I think so, actually, yeah. Awesome. Thanks for asking.
Any other movies maybe down the pipeline that you guys will appear together in?
Yeah, I feel like Melissa Rose puts a lot together. She's like, hey guys, I'm doing this thing. You want to come do it? So we have a couple of Melissa Rose things coming out.
Sweet.
Nice. All right. There are some that I've forgotten the titles, but I've done like 3 like super low budget indie films that are not out yet. But
We love low budget. Speaking of which, not the proudest, it's impressive, but you got Hogzilla 2. Is there a chance to see for that?
I believe there is. People demand it.
you know,
So here's a fun fact. He started his own production company. We're doing hot.
the director and producer of Hogzilla, Diane Jacques. That's how you say her name, right?
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Diane Jacques. She didn't finish the movie. Darcy finished the movie.
That was quite the process.
I mean, Darcy goes above and beyond, I think, what any male girl before her has ever done. And I don't think a lot of people know about all the stuff you do behind the scenes, like not even for just The Last Drive-In. Can you talk to us about that?
What do you mean, not just with
Like
Monster?
The Lost Drive-In, we went to
Oh.
Redneck Save Hollywood, you're running the projector, you do everything.
So, I just basically give him no excuse to not do things, you know what I mean? Like, I help with writing, I help with production, I help with getting guests, I help with costumes, if he needs somebody to help. Like, I originally started traveling with him because he needed somebody to run his, like, machines and stuff, like cash machine, I'm like, I'll help you with that. So, I'm just always here helping with all the things. The Lost Drive-In, shush! The Lost Drive-In is because he just had all his old footage sitting in storage, just rotting and not protected by weather or anything. It wasn't weather control. I'm like, what are you doing? So we started the process of just restoring all of his old footage. Everything has just happened because I'm trying to help this man. That's yes, you know it.
I mean, one thing you helped me with, when I first started writing a newspaper column called Joe Bob Goes to the Right in the early 80s, that's how all this started. Part of what I did is I satirized every single thing under the sun, every political position, every organization. I mean, I was just a machine gun. And I would go boom, 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 and then somebody would scream over here. That's why I hit them 20 more times. And so that was my theory of satire, and I continued to do it years, and then even after I stopped working at TNT, I was still writing articles, and I was the flamethrower. I was the guy. They would bring me into journalism conferences and say, "Hey, here's the guy who writes things." in Dallas, and they would have what's the guy? 2 years in a row at the Associated Press Managing Editors Convention. I was kind of on trial, and Alan Dershowitz he wasn't the prosecutor, but he was the moderator, and they would come and try to decide whether what I was doing was suitable for a mainstream newspaper. And so that was what I always did, and that was my reputation. And my defense was always, I don't take a position. I completely try to destroy every self-righteous position that I see anywhere on the political spectrum. And so when I started doing the show again, I was doing the same thing, and you're going, oh no. No, you cannot say that. Well, when did the world change? This is always what I've done, and I've worked at places where I was I've worked at places where I was constantly attacked for being a right-wing nut, and I've worked at places where I was constantly attacked for being a woke, liberal libtard. And both were zany opinions of who knows who, you know. But I went through all that. I was picketed. I went through all that stuff, and I said, and so we would have this conversation, you know. I said, you know, you're going, you can't say that. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I do it to everybody, therefore I get a pass. No. You can't do that. And Austin, the director, was saying the same thing. He says, you know, no, because you're drilling down on people, you know. And I said, no, I'm the lowest. So
I just put it on the record. Yeah, we do this because we have to. It's like I would be fine with you being yourself and being as satirical as you fucking want, but Shutter has things we cannot say, and we have to say it. I have to put you
But see,
in your place.
everywhere I was before that, I would subvert that.
Right, but that's Shutter, it's not me.
When I was at TNT, they had a list of words that you cannot say on TNT, okay? And so I would invent a nonsense word that sounded dirtier than the word that they didn't want me to say.
Like bestiality?
But then, like 6 months later, my nonsense
Like
word turns up on the forbidden list. It's not a real word. You can't put it on the forbidden list.
I would also like to remind you of the question was, what do I do behind
No, I'm saying it was a very valuable thing because.
never mind, what's next?
No, there came a point where you can't say certain things. You just can't say them. And I, you know, I'm too
We got
old.
it.
I'm too old.
You guys want to read all of the stuff that he's not allowed to say on Shutter? He has these amazing books, which are sadly out of print. They're really hard to find.
Oh, wait.
But I've got good news for you. His very first book, Joe Bob Goes to the Drive-In, is getting a re-release this fall.
Alright, well, you guys settle
No, two things. Please come by the table and use that QR code to pre-order it. Reverse that order at any time. It's not published till October 15th or something like that. And so, even if you don't want the book, just hit that for me.
You guys laugh like he's not kidding.
And then it does have an introduction by Stephen King. Maybe that's why the algorithm is screwed up. They're like, they can't read the cover of the book properly. So it says introduction by Stephen King, and they think it is a Stephen King book. I don't know.
My Stephen King's really big.
Of course it is. And but anyway, and also it's published by Dark Horse Comics. They do regular books, but not just comics. And they did these amazing illustrations. Now these were newspaper articles that were just dashed off, you know, weekly. But they did these amazing illustrations of the action taking place in the articles. And they're going to have a big launch party for it at the Hollywood Theater in Portland. If any of you. One reason it's there is that, you know, Dark Horse is in Portland. But if any of you want to come down for that, or if any of you are from Portland, it's in October.
Yeah,
So let you know.
we're there, dude.
I was shorter than that. Good for him.
Okay, sorry.
If that goes well, is there any chance that these other ones will get republished as well?
I I think so, but before that, I'm gonna publish an original book that's it's a history of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all the sequels. But mostly it's about the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I think I'm the only person that's interviewed every single person that worked on the movie, both the actors and the crew. And so about half of them are dead now. But I did it started out 25 years ago. I did an article for Texas Monthly Magazine on how the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had ruined all these people's lives. And so now I've developed that into a full book-length thing.
Amazing. So when do you think that will be coming out?
Probably a year after this book.
And then maybe Joe Bob goes back to the writing?
Joe goes back, I mean, as long as they want to publish them, I've got material. I don't know if anybody else has this. There are probably some writers here, right? It's like when you're a writer, you create those folders, and every once in a while you see a folder that you created like 15 years ago where you're going to do a project or something, and you look at it and you actually wrote something 15 years ago. So anyway, I've got plenty of material to do the sequels to Joe Bob Goes to the Drive-In.
We are here for it. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and now we're going to turn it over to you guys to ask Joe Bob and Darcy your questions. So just raise your hand and we'll call on you, and you've got the floor.
So, what exactly were you not allowed to say on Shudder? Do they think they're running the fucking Lifetime channel? What exactly were you not allowed to say on Shudder?
When con jokes were forbidden.
Really?
That would have been cons. Like, they get crazy
Are you talking about on
sometimes.
Shudder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Forbidden to say on Shudder?
Yeah, the list of things that you guys said, like, we're not supposed to say that on Shudder.
No, here's, I mean, I don't want to be that critical, but,
It's just true.
anything that's in the news, that's a political fight, they just go, let's stay away. Let's stay away. It's not what I say, it's the topic itself. So for example, anything about any joke, and it doesn't even have to be a joke, just a mention of the trans community. They go, no, no, Joe Bob, no.
That's why I have to say you can't say this.
Even though in my previous life, in the middle 70s, like 1975, I wrote a whole series of articles on transgender surgery and transgender people for the Dallas Times Herald that at the time was censored by saying, oh, America's not ready for this. And at the time I said, how could America not be ready for this? Christine Jorgensen was in 1953. And it's 1975. I said, how can America not be ready for this? I had that argument with the editor of the Dallas Times Herald in 1975. Okay. We're in 2025!
Right!
People do not exist. It's like the most oppressed minority in America. How do you get away with it? You get away with it because there aren't enough of them. So anyway, I have this article which I did if you watch the original marathon, I did this rant about.
They would never let you do that now.
Huh?
They would never let you do
They
that.
would never approve it now. I think it just slipped in because they thought, oh, it's Joe Bob. Nobody pays attention. But I think if I did that transgender piece now, I don't think it would. But it is on Shudder. You can watch it. What movie was that?
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp. The intro to Sleepaway Camp was all about, because, it's a roast, it's
Right.
Anyway, so that's the kind of thing. I recently, we're gonna do a thing on werewolves, okay? We're gonna do a night of werewolves. And a lot of the academic
Oh, I wish we
research,
could.
a lot of the academic research on werewolf movies touches on trans issues, you know, and about subtext, you know.
Like the marsupials?
And they were ahead of me. They were ahead of me. They were like,
Before we
Joe
even
Bob.
start.
Yeah, before I even start, you know, Joe Bob, you know, you go into the academic stuff. You probably want to stay away from, you know. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy. And you know, sometimes when I do live shows, I go ahead and make, you know, jokes about the, you know, I don't know, it probably doesn't happen here, but if I'm in Florida or Georgia or somewhere, you know, you guys still putting the drag queens in prison? You know, they actually banned drag shows in some of those places.
We have Capitol Hill here, that doesn't matter. Another question. You with the pretty hair.
So you started with $30,000 for that first project with Shudder. At what point did you realize, or where was that turning point where you realized everyone was hooked and it's like that, aha, we're going to continue with this?
When nobody could make it appear on.
Like $35 a month, guys. It's
That's the
incredible.
high tier, we have the $5.
Yeah.
But
But you
it's
get
all
all the
literally to-
shirts, the mugs. I've gotten so many cool posters, just amazing things. It's the Lost Drive-In on Patreon. So absolutely check
And the
that out.
whole point is to just see what is in his archives so that we can get a physical figure.
And there's Monster Vision, they've sent out DVDs that have like old episodes on them. It's just, you're not gonna find it anywhere else.
Let me ask you
The
a question.
watch-alongs are the best watch.
Let me
Yes.
ask you a
Monthly
question.
watch along with
Can I ask
Any
you a
answers to
question?
questions?
Yeah.
When you post those old shows from TNT, and one of these rants comes up
I leave it.
where you tell me,
I leave it. I'm not
Can't
censoring you.
say that.
Shudder's censoring you. Like this is you have Confederate shit all over the
So
place.
you-
You call everybody. It's like, oh, these dykes were on motorcycles. This was Joe Bob.
you have to understand, when I was in high school, there were lots of schools.
Everybody's a bimbo.
No, lots of schools had,
I get it. It was the Dukes of Hazzard era.
you know, rebels, you know. And so the people had Confederate shirts. It wasn't considered a racist
He
thing.
did TNT promo with a big old Confederate flag shirt. I'm like, that is a different time.
And you're from South Carolina, you should know that.
Dixie outfit.
I posted. What do you want from me? Like, I just know it wouldn't happen now.
I think my favorite part at the end of every Last Drive-In episode is when you send us out with a joke. Would you do us the honor?
I want to do a joke that never gets a laugh.
Oh no, I've heard this so many times. Wow. Oh my god.
Because I think the joke is funny.
It's so good.
I think the joke is funny. I think I'm not telling it right. And then if I can just like slightly change the delivery each time I tell the joke, that eventually the joke will score. Okay? But so far, everyone just goes, Okay.
I'm gonna document that every class. So you
Get ready. All right, so, two nuns are riding bicycles down the street. They turn the corner, and one nun says, "I've never come this way before."